everyone, welcome back.
Hey everyone.
Hello, hello.
I hope everyone's been doing
It's
well.
a lie.
And welcome back to another episode of the Hexagon Tabletop Role-Playing Games. I'm going to be your dungeon master. My name's Brent, and these are my, band of, wouldn't say heroes, willful youths.
Wow.
Introduce yourself, willful youths.
I'm Jet, being played by CJ.
I'm Sue, played by Peter. He's dead.
I'm Shen, played by Simon.
I am Rufu.
It was bound to happen once.
It's a warm-up round.
I'm Rufu. I'm played by Bernie.
Perfect.
There you go.
And this all takes place in the world of Avatar, Age of Bone, an age far into the future of the world of Avatar, the Last Airbender, and the legend of Korra. And in this age, the Avatar has gone missing for 1,000 years, leaving the world to crumble into ruin. And in this age, at the very end, as humanity and the spirits claw their way to survive, a nefarious force has begun to take over the land. Dinosaurs have come from lands unknown, from the sea, it seems. And our heroes have traveled. Damn it, I called them heroes. Have traveled to try and speak to the Council of Spirits. For with them comes a boy and his dinosaur from the lands unknown. And perhaps together they can all find some answers to protect the world that they all live in. Well, in their travels, they came to a city under fire, they came to a fishing village, they came to an air temple of businessmen, and now they've made their way to the town of Crescent, a kind of monster hunter-esque frontiers village, where Stu has unfortunately met his terrible father, who's maybe twice tried to kill our group in the course of one session. Leaving Sue at the mercy of what appears to be some sort of carnivorous dinosaur that looked a lot like an allosaur, but I don't know if that was its actual name. And we now find ourselves back in the city of Crescent. You'll see that in the screen I'm sharing over here, our party has made a little bit of a loop back to where they started in Crescent. Now, last session, we left off saying that there would be a week's worth of time that went by. And now I know everyone here probably has some stuff they would like to do in that week as Sue recovers. But before we get into all of that, Sue, as your mind flits in and out of consciousness, darkness, light, I think that you see Coloni a couple times as she kind of fades in, healing you over. I'd like you to make some rolls for me. And
Absolutely.
as your mind tumbles through this space, you remember the instant of it going down, seeing the dinosaur snout right in front of your face, the hot breath. And you reacted in the moment. Now, there wasn't time to shove rocks in its mouth last time, but you were able to defend yourself. So I want you to tell me what skill you would have used and how you did it.
Okay, now when you say skill, do you mean like a specific from the list of abilities I have, or do you just mean like what kind of technique that I pulled in that last second?
In this case, I'll say you can use a basic move if you wish.
Okay.
You can also use a training/technique.
Okay.
All right, and if you use a technique, I think that you're going to roll with your balance instead.
I see. Well, I think I would just go with rely on my skills and training. Try and deflect as much of the blow as possible with a bit of bending.
All right.
So let's try that out. All right, focus. That's a 6, a miss.
And on a 6, you pulled the rocks in. You couldn't get it into its mouth. You became the rock in its mouth. You became as hard as you could in that moment. And what was going through your mind as you raced back towards the village? You wanted to, I think, find Baba as fast as you could,
Oh,
and
yeah.
not involve your friends.
Exactly. I think so. I made it back to the village myself.
No.
Okay. Well, just that's good for me to know. But I think I was just Sue was just furious. He wanted to attack Baba. He wanted to find him, and in the moment of being attacked, I think that it was an obstacle that he was trying to get through, but it overpowered him.
I think, yeah, an unexpected obstacle.
Mm.
And that's the last you remember on a 6.
Okay.
Is just that moment of being, I think, that encountering the obstacle and then maybe making a bit of a switch and being an obstacle, being an immovable object for a moment so that you could continue on. And the next thing you know is that this flitting in and out of consciousness, the flashes, the hot breath, blood, teeth. And at this point, I would like you to roll with harmony.
Okay. I can do that. That is an 11.
Perfect. And Kaloni, would you have healed or attempted to heal Sue at all while he was down for the week?
Thank
Perfect. So we're going to bump that up by 1. And so that's going to be a 12 overall. And that being an absolute success, I think that as you heal during the session, you feel the puncture wounds in your body, and you can still see with your eye, but there's tight bandaging over it. And I think that it's like you kind of get like filtered light through, but you feel the pain and you kind of don't know what's happening under there. But you know that maybe it's not as bad as you first believed it to be.
Okay. All right. Is it my right or left eye?
I'll let you decide.
Left it is.
I keep touching my left eye, so I don't know if I'm...
Maybe that was like
drilling
subconscious, yeah.
And so your left eye it is that is all bandaged up as you begin to heal from this. And I will say, with that high of a harmony roll, you know that Baba has been here.
Okay. Oh,
during your week of restoration.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Now, for the rest of you, what have you been doing during this week?
I think I realized that what I have right now is like an opportunity to get stronger, to be able to do the things that I want to do. I think I just like lashed out, kind of like without thinking last time, and it ended up in something that I take full responsibility for. And so I'd like to try and lava bend train whenever the moment is appropriate.
Yeah. So I think that you take your appropriate times to go and train. Do you train inside the village or do you train outside the village?
I'd probably go back to like the where the fields stop and like the tall grass begins.
So that little campsite that you had kind of made.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as you do that, I'm going to make a little roll on my end. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. And so as you train one of these times during the week, you're tell me how you're training, right? Like, how are you trying to get this to work for you?
Uh, the first time I probably sit there and I'm like, I I don't know if you'll let me keep doing this. If it's too hard or if it's using you in a way you don't want, I understand. But if you can help me, I'd love to be able to help my friends more than I have now. And I need you to give me some more of that power and show me how to lava bend so I can do it on my own. And I like go back to the fire pit and try and like bring up that like the flames or like the hot lava that I did before, and then like cut myself off from her and try and like do it myself, like move it around.
So I think speaking with the spirit that you hold, you can feel that burning sensation. But when you try to tap into it, it doesn't flow the same way that it did. And I think that you get the impression that probably the spirit is still weak.
Okay.
And so as you're doing this and kind of like trying to cut yourself off and then suddenly kind of like project the earth, I think you hear like a grunt kind of over from the sidelines, and if you look over, you see kind of a man like leaning like against one of the rocks you kind of like moved as you try to like, you know, do your forms. He goes, "Ma, what are you doing there, kid?"
Just practicing my bending.
Seems like you're not getting very far.
I did it once before, and I'm like, I lost
Maybe
it.
you should take your mind off it.
No, I need to learn a new technique or something.
He just throws you a bow and some arrows, like a quiver.
What do you? What?
You look up, and he's already kind of like walking away through the grass, and just says, "Follow me, kid."
Just like look around. I'm like, shit. I just take after him as I'm like looking at the bow and arrow. What the heck is this?
Yeah, so it's a kind of like a nicely made, handmade bow, and some of these arrows, like bonehead arrows. And as you catch up to him, you see that he has another bow, a much nicer bow, like a long bow, and a kind of quiver on his back that is also a much nicer quiver. And I think you probably intuit, you're like, wait a second, why does he have double of this stuff? And as you kind of like get to like a small hill, you'll say, sometimes the best way to, you know, get at what you really want is to take your mind off it, focus on something else for a bit.
Kind of like meditation, I guess. Okay.
See that over there?
What?
Roll me a kind of assess the situation or rely on your skills and training. Let me pick that.
I think I'm gonna assess. I don't know if I have any. I'm particularly skilled at the moment. That is a 6 + 3 - 1, 8.
On an 8, that's a hit. And I think that in this situation, he points and you don't quite see what he's pointing out, but you see like a rustling, and I think you intuit there's some sort of animal there.
You want me to hit something that's moving and alive? I've never even used one of these things before.
Good thing you caught on real quick there, kid.
I try and like shove it, like if there's like a little space. Like, how do you? No. Can you? Sorry. Can you show me how to use bow and arrow?
Oh, just like this. And he kind of slowly like brings up his bow, draws an arrow, and then he waits for you to do the same thing.
It's tougher than I thought. I try and like take my mind off of everything and just think about placement of the fingers, the strength of my pull, and the wrestling.
You loose the arrow. I think it flies into the grass, and it probably does nowhere near hits the target. No roll required on that one. And he nods his head and says, "Good. All right, come on," and leads you away. And he brings you through a few things. He shows you how to tie like a very specific knot. He shows you, how to essentially set up like a rabbit trap. A squirrel rabbit. And he generally kind of like gives you some basic like survival training for the day. Just a bunch of like small useful skills. Nothing too strenuous. And he doesn't make you like, if you kind of like with the arrow, if it's something that you're unfamiliar with, he'll just move on and shows you, something else.
Can I ask him like how to start a fire?
Sure. He kind of just nods at you. And you, I think, as he's doing this, you start to like get a better look at him, an impression of him. He's got a hood up, but he's an older man, like gray stubble, short hair, like also gray and stubbled on his head. These like piercing blue eyes with like gray eyebrows. And he's got like dark navy blue clothing. So he looks like he's from the Sanglon clan. And as he starts making this fire for you, he takes out like what looks like some small cubes. And he goes, "Fire starter, dry stuff, make it into a little tight compressed thing and put it here." And he takes out like a flint and stone and starts like striking it, then strikes some sparks in it. And he looks at you and stomps it out and he goes, "You don't have no flint." And he goes and takes a piece of wood and string and then does the whole thing where you move the wood really fast onto like again near his fire starter until it starts to smoke, and he blows on it and shows you how to make a fire.
I think I probably knew kind of how to start a decent fire after like maybe 30 minutes of trying. But he seems so like he has such an expertise in survival that I was thinking maybe seeing him do this would like spark something in me. And I think I see when he hits like the flint, I'm like, huh, like earth turning to fire. Interesting. And I just like kind of like keep that in my mind. But then I watch with the fucking wood. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Absolutely. And so he'll do this, and then kind of at the end of the day, be like, "If you want more training, come find me. I'm Kerna."
Kernan?
Kerna.
Kerna, sorry. Nice to meet you. I'm Jet. Should have introduced myself sooner. Sorry.
He just shakes his head.
Are you from the Sangon clan?
At one point, I was. Now I'm here. I'm from Crescent.
I've got a friend from there too. I'm just a rover. I've seen you guys have a few outside the town. We're welcome, right? There's no issues.
Oh yeah. No preferences here. I mean, have you met Drit yet? You introduced yourself?
I don't think so.
You probably should.
Who's Drit?
It's a rover.
Oh. Okay, I'll tell him you suggested I meet him. What does he look like?
You'll know him. Not the other two.
Okay. You're a man of few words, but when you speak volumes. You remind me of someone.
Who do I remind you of?
You wouldn't know him. He's pretty important though. He's a lord.
All right, well, you take care of yourself.
Thanks. And where do I find you if I want to take you up on more training?
I'm around the village. You stay at your campsite, I'll find you. All right, that'll be 10 shins.
Wait.
That's just a joke, kid. He ruffles your hair and kind of awkwardly walks away.
Jesus. It's a cool old guy. Pretty cool.
Is there anything else that you're doing in this week? Do you want more training lessons with him, or are you just going to continue trying to earthbend?
I think I like what he told me to do, and because I got the sense that the spirit was weak, I'll keep doing maybe like bow and arrow training. If he's gonna let me keep it, I might as well.
He didn't take it back.
Yeah.
He legit just walks away from you with whatever he gave you.
So I'll try and learn how to use it in some capacity.
Yeah, so you can start training essentially in like survival, kind of like / hunting.
Sick. That's good enough for me.
All right, so that's what Jet's doing with his week, a little bit. Let's move over to Kaloni. Kaloni, other than checking in on Sue, do you have anything in mind?
Oh, apparently we don't hear you. You're showing up on OBS. Oh, I hate this. Hold on. I'm just gonna refresh your source.
Stay tuned while we have technical difficulties.
It shouldn't be. Okay, say something again.
Say something again.
Okay, you're still showing up. You refreshed.
Say something.
Better.
Oh.
I swear to gosh. I swear to gosh.
You entire gosh?
I swear to heck. Alright, so
Anyway.
go
Watch
on.
your mouth.
Yeah, really. It's atrocious of you.
Yeah, just say hell. Come on. Waste
All
of
right.
words.
So, reiterating for everybody, so you don't miss out. Kaloni is concerned about Jolo because I don't know if everyone remembers, but Jolo's not feeling too hot. Our poor Avatar boy is not feeling great. So.
Well, you said something was wrong, and I said that after the week was done, he's looking sickly.
What I have written down.
I had already skipped a week ahead when I said that, but I'm allowing everyone to
Oh,
kind of do something in the
okay.
meantime. If one of the things you do is tend to Jolo,
Yeah.
you can start trying to maybe figure out what's going on before he gets into kind of like a worse state.
Got it. Okay. So, I mean, with that in mind, I think still because she felt initially that something was wrong, she'll probably spend her free time trying to like spiritually connect with him or see if any of her actual healing could do anything. So like her time will be divided between healing Sue and tending to Jolo in whatever capacity she thinks is working. If possible, she can try and talk to our friendly neighborhood waterbenders, whose names I'm in currently. I was like,
Zadam and Nalik.
I was gonna put their names together into one Zalik, so I'm happy that you said that. And yeah, so I think that maybe she'll ask them to see if they have any healing capabilities. But it was just she's gonna be going back and forth. I don't want to say without sleep, but she would definitely be prioritizing her group of friends.
Yeah, I think in terms of the Waterbender brothers, who are not brothers, they kind of just like flash some muscles, and you get that they're more of a beefy bunch than kind of like healers, the two of them.
Yeah. But so if they don't really, because those are her main points of contact in this village, yeah. So
Do you seek out other people in the village? Like there's a village full of people, right? So there's another two Sangon clan, which are the Waterbenders. One who you guys just met, Kurna. I'll say all the names out loud because you guys probably hear the names if you're here for a week, so you kind of know who's who. There's Darmuk, who is another waterbender. The soul protectors you met, Akuno and Izuna. There are the three builders, Fa, Baba, and Koyo. There's the Vento Cristo, Ketsun, Tali, and Lan. The rovers, we have Steve, Greg, and Drit. And I think during the week, well, I'll say you guys probably hear like in hushed tones, they call Steve Spicy Steve. Greg is Greased Greg. And Drit is the Dirty Drit.
Nice.
And the Neoterics are Maloba and Yang Zan.
Yeah, she might go back. I don't know if she would go out of her way to find the other Scion clan. Like if she sees them in passing, she might strike up confrontation. But I think
Darmok seems to be like on the water, like fishing and stuff, like quite a bit of the time. And he often like goes towards the ocean to do this, so he's like not really in the town too often.
I also think that possibly between going to Sue and Jolo, which I don't know where Jolo would be stationed, I think she would visit the shrine that she left Pebbles at as well. Just check in on it once or twice to see if anything changes about it.
The Pebblers are gone.
My Pebbles.
So you go back and check, and they're not there.
So in tending to Jolo, I think she would try to, similarly to how she contacted the volcano spirit, or unintentionally, but I think she would bring out Bobo and like get all spiritual contact with him to see if there's any response.
Yeah, so you spend your week kind of going around. You learn a little bit about the village and what's going on, like who's who. Check in on Sue, help Sue recover a little bit. His eye seems to be doing better as the week goes on, and you're kind of like tending to him. I think you notice that someone like leaves a flower for Sue, like in a vase, like in the little cut. They give him like a little hut in the village where he can rest up. And
also Ananta.
Yes, what about Ananta?
Check on her too. How's she doing?
Ananta like was in the hut to begin with, and then she kind of felt better like a day or two later. She seems to be keeping to her own this week, and like going into the forest and kind of like collecting like berries and stuff. And I think
I would definitely
you,
check in on her.
yeah, you get the impression that she's like a little. Not, I think afraid is the wrong word, but maybe like frustrated that she even like got surprised in the first place. So maybe being a bit hard on herself and a little bit distanced.
Yeah, I would definitely talk to her and confront her if I saw that because we're buds.
Yeah, she kind of avoids you a little bit, kind of curt conversation.
I just remind her that I'm here. If she does anything.
Yeah, she smiles and gives you a little hug and continues on.
That would be my week. A week of running around to the people that I care for.
So for Jolo, roll with harmony, as Bobo kind of like tries to get a sense of what's going on.
+6 was 3. Or should I wait? I rolled on the avatar. Should I be rolling in chat?
No, I mean it's up to you.
I rolled in the avatar. I got 10.
I see your absolute success. I think on a 10, you know that there's something inside Jolo that's wrong. And I think also on a 10, you probably like Ananta kind of like as like you've reached out to her, and she's a little bit less cold, kind of comes around, helps you like tending to Sue and like changing his bandages and stuff. And then I guess that's your full week, taking care of quite a few things. As all this is going on with Jolo, though, what is Rufu doing?
Yeah, Rufu, he senses the tense atmosphere.
Yeah,
And
Jet's kind of off
he's
doing his
not
own
having,
thing.
there's Jolo's under. No, it's not that. Jolo's like he knows that Jolo's stressed and not feeling well, and that like Sue is freaking hurt. So he's gonna be trying to cheer everybody up. He's gonna be learning to juggle stones, and he's just gonna be cracking wise and hunting food on his own, trying to like get more of those delicious marmot tigers, and trying to just lift everybody's spirits.
Roll with harmony.
Sure. Harmony. +1. That is a 7.
On a hit, I'm going to say that your balance shifts towards loyalty, as you try to lift people's spirits. And generally, try to have a good influence.
Cool.
And I think as you do this and you're being a team player, I think is the part of the way that I would describe that. One of the Vento Cristo approaches you, and it's Tali. So a woman, she has some kind of like tattoos of like, it looks like air currents kind of on her face, and she's bald, so it's like it goes all the way, but she's wearing like a kind of like a wide hood, and she just smiles at you as you're being
Got like a wingsuit.
generally nice. She does not have a wingsuit, just like big flowing robes. If you've ever played the game, I believe it's called Journey, exactly kind of like full body, kind of like flowing robes.
Yeah. I know. Yes.
So she'll smile and kind of like bring you, and it's like it's an apple, but like the size of like your head. And she'll just kind of like take it out from her robe and offer it to you, and it's just this huge apple.
Hell yeah. You want a slice? I would like take out like a stone that I've like whittled down and start to,
She
cut
kind of like
slices.
stays your hand for a moment and says, "Watch this," and touches the apple with one finger, and the apple just kind of like, and it pops open into a bunch of pieces. How's that for a magic trick?
Magic. It's incredible. How did you do that?
Oh, did you want to learn?
I could learn how to split apples?
Well, or people.
Dark?
Yeah, and I think you clock like a really like this woman is supremely dangerous. And it wasn't not apparent at first glance.
I will learn anything you have to teach me.
And with a twinkle in her eye, she'll impart a training upon you if you'll have it for the week, as you boost everyone's spirits.
Yeah, for sure.
And so her training, she is going to start to teach you about chi blocking jabs.
Oh, damn. Okay, sick.
And this is a weapon technique training. The weapon being your body.
Sick. Chi block. Bless.
All right. Then we
Have
have.
to roll for that?
You do not need to roll in this instance. It's more like you've learned about the concept, you've started doing it. That's also you have a whole week to be learning it for the first time, so I'm not going to make you guys try and roll. And you've been introduced to these concepts. I think Shen just stepped out for a second. So I think in this instance, I'm going to go back to Kaloni for a second. And Ananta is going to, I think, confide in you. I was going to save this till Sue woke up, but we'll play it now. And Ananta is going to, like, one of the ministrations on Sue, kind of like finish and then turn to you, Kaloni, as you're kind of like meditating near Jolo, trying to figure out what's going on. And she'll say, "Hey, I haven't seen that man that Sue was after since the incident. Baba has been kind of missing from the village. Have you heard anything?"
Second. What? Sorry. So Kalani would like, open her eyes for meditation, and I'll be like, actually, I haven't seen him walking around town, but no one's mentioned anything. I mean, you would think that he would visit his own son.
You would think so. But I've asked the other Vento Caristo to watch in the evenings. And we've shared counsel, and all of us are against this Baba.
I agree, he seems like a terror person.
It seems that he has dealings with the dark ninja, the ones who overran the temple. And honestly, I've been fearful this entire time that they would have attacked the village by now. But they haven't. Even though we saw one in the forest. I didn't mean to harm anyone, but I've been scouting by the cliffs by the sea.
Kalani's getting a little bit concerned because now it's making a lot of sense, because we were brought here by the pirates who were friends with the ninjas, and they came to shore and spoke to everybody, then clearly Baba has some sort of weird deal going on. But if he's out and no one knows where he is, he could be trying to do something now. And what if we're not safe here? Oh, God. She's starting to get, like, Bobo's running around, starting to, like, get energetic because Chloe's getting concerned.
Is he like waving his little bear paws around?
Yeah, and like falling on his back. And he's like, oh no, what do I do?
It's so cute. But Ananta's very serious about this. Something's just not adding up. And I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out.
Well, maybe I can talk to Izuna and see if there's something that officially can be done about, I don't know, reinforcing the town or at least giving them a warning. We ran from them. They're not far.
Izuna and Akuno are aware now. I've told them of the threat.
What'd they say?
All of the weapons are within reach. Everyone here is trained to fight. Apparently they've faced incursions of dinosaurs before, although never the dark-robed people, the ninjas. I don't know how seriously they're taking it, but I do know that they don't have anywhere else to go.
We had to run from them. There's even with a whole village behind us. I don't know if we could take them down, and we're not. She'll like point to Jolo and Zoo and just be like, "We're not in shape for this." Like, the others, we need to talk about this because if we need to lead, I think we need to heal. How long has it been? So from this point where she mentions it, this is above table, I'm sorry. From the point that she's now talking to me about this, and from the hunting excursion, how many days has it been?
At this point, I'll say like Sue, like you kind of like start to wake up and hear this conversation. So it's been a whole week.
Okay.
But we're going to pause right there as you start talking about getting everyone back together and having a discussion about this. And we're going to jump over to Shen, who wasn't here for a hot sec. Shen, what are you doing during the week that you're gone? So this is prior to this conversation.
So he's definitely like kind of just checking in with like each individual of the party, just like make sure they're all right. It was pretty harrowing experience that we just went through. So just kind of every now and then, just little quick chats here and there throughout the week. But primarily, I think he's trying to kind of gear up for the next leg of the journey, as well as talking to the Neoterics and seeing like what he can learn from them, because it's been a while since he's been in a place with like dedicated Neoterics that have these apparent techniques for forging all these things from now these new sources, these new dinosaur parts. So he's definitely curious about that.
Yeah, so you check in with everyone. You learn the names of the villagers, kind of just chatting with a couple of people nearby. I think the rovers in town, you know which one's which. You know, Drit is the kind of like formidable looking one. You know that the... I actually have to look at their names to know who they
Greg
are.
and Steve.
It's Greg and Steve. Steve is I believe, the thin one, and Greg is the plump one, the round one. One's straight and one's round, or one's a line and one's a circle. You know what I mean? And you kind of like, I think, get to know the two Neoterics. So one is Maloba, and the other is Yang Zan.
Oh, Young Zan, okay.
Yang Zan, and Maloba, Baa. So they're kind of like research partners. So Yang Zan is a man, Malaba is a woman. They spend a lot of their time in the kind of like forge of Korra, and they're essentially kind of like peer reviewing some research that has been done. And I think you get to know them and you quickly find out just by interacting with them, because they're very free about talking about what it is that they're doing. This is research that's been done by Feng Bo,
Okay.
which you recognize as Fang.
Yeah.
And so they kind of like go over this, and it's observations that Feng Bo has made about the technology, and like specific pieces and components of technology, especially when like combined together and used in specific ways. And so, you know, you're looking at the technology that they're working with, and there's like some really good like pristine pieces of tech, and they're kind of like testing out and like making like hypotheses about how all of this is used, and they're asking the villagers to help them with this and build kind of like small things to help them with this research. And so essentially, like one of like the pieces of research that Feng Bo had was like when you combine like a battery with this kind of circuit board, and then like this piece, and then you add like, you know, a kind of like a metal casing to it, and then you remove something, it like makes a bomb or like a small like explosive device. And so it's like they're testing that out, and then they're testing ways like, well, what if you attach it to an arrow, and then what if you shot it? And so they're essentially just doing like, you know, technology research with the powers from the ancient city. I think you'll also learn, just like from kind of like looking at their research and what they're doing, and they fully welcome you to do so, that they've been on expeditions into the Greater Wilds Forest, but not very far, because the closer you get to the ancient city, the more dangerous things are, especially recently, and especially since that kind of like giant, well, huge dinosaur has kind of moved into the area. And I think like the ostrich turtles have been like hunted, so it's like they, you know, like you guys, like they bring the meat. There's like a little bit of like a town thing where everybody like shares in the food and the bounty kind of thing, but like other species of animals and stuff are probably have been displaced as a result of this. And so the hunter Kurna of the village, you know, is like he's constantly out there like hunting animals right now and like trying to keep like the human territory.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely kind of dive into that research, learn as much as I can while I'm there, and attempt to kind of fine tune my bending, because like again they're using all like small like metal components and stuff like that, seeing if I can kind of bend it to do what I want it to do, rather than kind of try and forge it, because he's not that great at forging per se. He's a mechanic more than an actual kind of smith.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can kind of bend the metal to do what he wants, then it'll work.
Yeah. And so I think as you do this, roll with harmony.
I do also want to take time to kind of like learn from them, like specifically kind of like ask them to teach me like what they know. But I will roll with harmony. Okay. And so it's just a flat harmony roll. That'd be a 7.
Perfect. On a 7, I think you can choose between learning a new technique from them, or getting a better sense of the technology and kind of like lore behind that.
Okay. I feel like I'm going to have some opportunities to, especially being so close to the city, that I'm going to take the technique. for them.
Yeah, so you use your time to learn from them instead of kind of studying what they've been studying. And they kind of outfit you with a couple of things. They kind of get excited. And I think as you like think about trying to bend metal and how that could benefit you as opposed to like forging stuff, they essentially what they do is they give you a few small devices, and you're going to gain training in a technology technique called better, faster, stronger. So I'll send this to you, but essentially it's the defend and maneuver approach, and you can mark fatigue to use seize a position. No one can block you, and then you may mark an additional fatigue to gain empowered, as long as you maintain the new position, or to move to an unsafe, unstable area and make it safe. And so essentially what you're doing is it's like, maybe you have like metal on your boot or something that you add. And then it's like you can use that to like propel yourself faster. Like you bend as you move. So it's just like little tricks and like mechanical devices and ways of doing things that they kind of like Bang Bo essentially was like, theorizing about this stuff. And they give you a couple of things to kind of like improve your equipment and make you more effective.
Okay, sounds good.
Amazing. I wish I remembered exactly how to just send this to you.
I can figure it out later.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Is there anything else that you want to do in the week? It takes like, most of the, the usable hours to learn this and get
Yeah, no. Aside from that, I was just kind of like trying to kind of acquire the things maybe that I find might be necessary for the next journey, like the next leg of the journey. So like we have like the tarp and a few like rations, but like more rations, kind of things to help the journey be easier as we go along.
Sure. I mean, the village after the ostrich turtle stuff, like they start to like cure the meat that was there with like salt and things like that. And I think since you're paying particular attention to it, the village is also stocking up on food. Noticeably so. So there's more than enough for the group to like take rations if they need it. And you're welcome to it as far as you can tell. Do you ask anyone in particular about it?
So I'll go to see Izuna about it, the soul protector.
Yep, she essentially confirms that you're welcome to take food if you wish. Not like within reason.
Yeah,
you can take as much as you guys can reasonably carry. But you're not allowed to like grab a sack and fill everything, fill as much as you can.
Yeah, but at the same point, like I'm still trying to see if like as well like around the village if anything needs to be kind of fixed. I'll still try and do that as well to kind of, in a sense, trade for the supplies that I'm taking.
There's some small tasks to be done if you want to. They're not necessarily neoteric tasks.
I mean, I'll do what I can because I feel like I wouldn't take the supplies just for taking them.
Yeah. So you help some people kind of like repair some cracks in their homes and shore up some things. Take a look at the walls around the village and make sure that they're sturdy. The gates are working properly. Generally things that I think that like Malo and Yang would have gotten to. That's just that they've been like absorbed in the research, and so it's like you're essentially just letting them kind of continue on with what they want to do best.
Yeah.
Or do most, I should say. Yeah, awesome. So that happens. You notice that they're gathering more supplies, like they're kind of preparing. And I think the week comes to pass, and we're in the conversation where Kaloni is talking about maybe gathering everyone and having a talk about, what's going on with these mysterious forces and what the group should be doing. And I think, Sue, this is where you wake up kind of fully for the first time in a week.
Hey guys. I
Get run over.
Lonnie there, yeah. Hey, what's going on?
He's like laying. She's gonna be like, don't move. Stay there. You're doing, yeah. How do you feel?
Okay. I'm okay. Oh my God, what is that? Why does that hurt so much?
You almost got eaten alive. I don't know. Can you just lay there?
Yeah, then not just on the other side, like pushing you down.
Okay,
Like,
maybe I
oh
should.
my gosh.
Oh,
How's
I'm
your
also
eye?
really
Do you
hungry.
feel okay?
My eye. I go out like I touch it. Oh my gosh.
No, don't you?
What's wrong with my eye?
Don't worry right now. Right now, you just need to lay there. I'll clean
really
everything.
tender.
Just be yes, you're healing. You're healing.
I was
right
able
now.
to sew a lot of the skin back on, so you don't. It looks all
Skin?
right.
What skin did you sew? What,
And then I think she
my
like
eye skin?
she starts to unbandage your head. And
careful,
she says like to Cologne, she says like, go grab the mirror. There's like a hand mirror that you can like take.
I like grab it out of her hand. It fits like close by.
Yeah, so
Holding it up in front of me.
God. You grab the mirror, the bandages come off, you take a look at your face, and you have like a wide, like jagged scar kind of like going down your face into your neck. And your eyelid in particular, you have no eyelashes on that eye. And the eye itself has like scar tissue for half on the bottom and half on the top.
Nasty. Okay. Yeah, I'm just sort of stunned. Look,
gonna
lean in
heal.
closer a little bit.
It's gonna heal. It's gonna heal. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna heal.
You know, it's
You're gonna look.
actually kind of cool. Well, how did I get this? What the heck happened?
I was just gonna pat him on the back. You were really awesome fighting a dinosaur, and it totally cheated when it was trying to attack you. Yeah. So what happened was one dinosaur distracted you, and the other one just did a sneak attack, caught you by surprise. But your awesome innate bending skills kept you alive. So you made it out with your life, and this really badass scar.
I mean, that sounds really cool, but what happened to Baba?
I'm gonna shoot an on look, and then look back at Sue, and just be like, "We're
Actually,
gonna
I'm pretty
talk."
sure he was
Okay.
here.
When?
I don't
He
know.
was
I just
here?
have the feeling. Yeah, I think. I don't know why. I get the feeling that he was here.
I haven't seen him. He's actually been not around. She looks at Colony.
Yeah, we haven't seen him, and I mean, the two of us have been here a lot. And how would you know? You just woke up.
I don't know. I don't know. I barely remember the dinosaurs, but I remember him. But he's not here.
Not right now.
We gotta find him.
Maybe he's the one who left this for you. And she kind of like puts forward, and it looks like a kind of like small leather scabbard with a wrapped handle sticking out. And as you take it and kind of like pull it out of the scabbard, it's the tooth from the dinosaur, the bone, and it's been made into kind of like a hunting knife because it's fairly big.
Oh shoot. Okay. She hands it to me.
Yep, she gives it to you. This was in the room one of the days that I saw you. But it was just like on the small table by your bedside, and I didn't want you to wake up and grab a knife, so I moved it over there.
Good idea.
I think I just like take it and I put it on the side, and I go, I don't want it. If it's from him, I don't want it.
I don't know, but that's the tooth we found next to you when you woke up.
Whatever. I try not to look at it.
If you're gonna entirely ignore it, Kaloni will just like slip it into her bag. Not
Thank
stealing
you.
it, just
Thank
like he take yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
taking
think I actually like when you do that, then I look and I sort of just like, but I don't say anything.
Yeah, and Ante shrugs. That's probably a gift from the villagers. Baba's been kind of conspicuously absent. He was here for the feast after the hunt, and since then hasn't been around.
Well, I'd
He
just
hasn't
like
been
him
in-
to get out of here when I thought he was the leader of this place and he just gets up and leaves.
And I was just talking to Coloni about having to warn the villagers about potentially an incoming attack, but no attack has come. And the Soul Protectors don't seem that worried, but I was hoping maybe we could all impress the importance upon them.
No, I
Yeah.
think we just need to get everyone together. Oh. Is my mic not? Okay, there it is. But yeah, I think, yeah, sorry. Just we need to get everyone together. We need to talk about the best plan that we can come up with and go with it, because we could have days, we could have weeks, or we could have hours. She'll like nudge Sue again and be like, I'm glad you're awake.
Yeah, me too. Hey, were you healing me with your water bending?
Of course, I tried to do what I could to help. I'm
Oh, geez.
not sure how much, but I mean, I couldn't just leave you there.
Well, thank you, Kaloni. You didn't have to.
Why did you?
I mean, where is everyone else?
Good question. What I know, since like, yeah.
We'll say it's like nearing supper time at this point. So maybe everyone kind of would have headed back to the village center, or at least nearby, for some food. What's his name? So Fa has like a big are you guys familiar with the term hunter's pot?
Just what now?
One person. So a hunter's pot is a kind of like large like cauldron that would be cooking like a soup or a stew, except it's never empty. And so every time that you have vegetables, every time you have meat, you essentially prepare it, put it in the pot, and you keep the pot going. And some hunters' pots have been kept going for, I think, 100 years. I think the oldest one in the world currently is something like 120 years old. And it's been the same brew that's been being refilled and continued for a century. So he has a hunter's pot that has been going. And so everyone at the end of the day brings a little bit of something, all put it together, renew the pot, and then everybody has some kind of a stew with whatever other food they want to get.
That's freaking crazy.
No.
So how long has this hunter's pot been going for?
Fa kind of looks at you. Oh, this hunter's pot has been in the family for 2 generations now, so probably close to 60 years.
Whoa. I want to try some.
Well, you're just getting up out of this coma, so you're gonna have to try a lot. And he hands you a big bowl full of hunter's pot. There's like little chunks of meat in it, and like some vegetables, and this like thick broth. It smells divine.
I feel better already.
This is the Western counter to ramen. I think this is like probably the best soup / stew that the Western world ever came up with.
Actually, can I take this to go?
Yeah, I mean, you're there's no tables or anything around here.
Yeah,
right?
I'm holding.
It's just,
the
he
bowl,
just sets up a fire and a pot in the middle of the the thoroughfare of the circle. So
Okay.
you're free to go. Just bring back the bowl.
Of course. Hey, Kaloni, do you mind helping me up?
Yeah. She's gonna try her darndest to help him.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You're the champ. You're the champ. Come on. Oh my god.
Okay.
Hey, Sue, you're gonna roll me a rely on your skills
No!
and training,
Oh, God.
not to spill your freaking potted soup.
I have to hold my soup. Okay. God damn it. Rely on my skills and training. Is that what you said?
Yeah, focus.
10.
Not only do you maintain your balance with the soup, you get a little bit in your mouth.
Nice. I catch the before it spills. I catch it in my mouth.
Absolutely. Everybody else, you're coming into the village, wandering in. The wonderful smell of this kind of stew wafting out, even into the forge where maybe you were, Shen, kind of mingling with the smoke and the smell of electronics, burnt electronics.
Still feel at that point that probably like all three of us probably wouldn't go down right away, as it kind of would take like a bit more of a like push for us to actually leave what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you kind of like lost into it. Take a little bit longer to make your way.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Make my way.
As you do that, you kind of like you fall into this rhythm with the other Neoterics. I'd like to attempt to shift you towards confidence. You can let it happen or attempt to deny the shift.
That would be a dangerous shift. Bring me to a +3.
Oh, just for everyone, I think that after the week of rest, everyone has no fatigue, no conditions. And I think that if you want to reset your balance center, you would do so as well.
Oh, interesting. That changes
That's
things.
big.
So
That's
back
big.
at center, and I'd go to confidence
big.
+1.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'd like to put my
I'm gonna
balance
allow
for
that
the first
actually.
time in months.
So lost in your work, and you feel at home, kind of like, or like you're back at the academy, working with a few new Neoterics, learning
Yeah.
doing what you know best.
No, it's been a while since he's actually been able to stay with some Neoterics, and it's a good feeling that he's kind of like back. Maybe some that don't really know what happened when he left, so it's a nice feeling to kind of like be accepted again.
Yeah. So Rufu and Jet, what are you guys doing?
I'll probably show up pretty quickly. Stomach grumbling if I smell the stew, the hunter's stew, whatever.
Yeah, I think in response to your
Yeah.
stomach rumbling, you feel the rumble of the volcano.
Wait a minute. I don't go eat then.
You don't go eat?
What? Like, I feel the rumble of the volcano. I'm like, maybe I have to empty myself in order to fill myself with the flames of the spirit. And so I like pull out the orb again. And it's like, should I try? Are you feeling better?
The orb is a little like, it's almost like you can see like a faint like redness. Sometimes the smoke inside shifts noticeably, and you see a glowing core.
I can eat later. Clear my mind, clear my stomach. And I'll try again. I assume I was like out, tying knots, maybe fucking pulling arrows.
It's just like one long rope that you tied like a 10, 20 knots
Yeah.
into.
Like taking the time to undo it. Like, dang.
Practice.
But if you allow me,
You
I'll
got
like,
your badge?
oh, I need my badge. I'll even take
Alright,
like an hour of time if I feel like it's happening.
The rumble happens when you get into town. It's like the stew like is within sight.
Oh, okay.
Your stomach goes off, and a rumbling echo.
I'll give it a whirl. I'll wait for the next rumble of my stomach, and I'll time
In
that.
town, you just kind of like start trying to bend.
Yeah, yeah. If there's like a little like around a corner somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, I think the rumble like intensifies as you go to bend and you try and establish that connection with Konohana. And in this moment, I think you establish a connection. You know, it's like, and it's a resonance of feelings that are similar. And so I think that feeling the similar feeling, you get the impression that maybe Konohana is hungry in this, like you are.
What are you hungry for, Konohana?
Still, you like it's weak. You don't really know.
Okay, then I won't use any of your power. You know what? I'll fill my belly, and then we'll work on filling yours. And I like sigh a little. It's like, dang it.
The rumble in the background of your mind.
All right, I'm coming, Stu. Stu.
Yeah, you go for the stew. The rumble stays. I think like now it's like on and off. Now that you've kind of identified, it's like happening now.
Okay. Wow. I'll wait to speak to Kaloni once we're all together. No. Sue, how you doing? Your eyes looking better.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of, skin hanging there, but I think it's all right.
It gives you stand out from the crowd. You look good.
Yeah. It's great for the ring, Makes me look tough.
Yeah. Hey, do you want some of my stew?
Oh, no, I already ate. Thank you.
Steve comes over. He's like, "Hey, can I have some of your stew?"
No. Zoo needs to heal up. You're looking good enough.
Well, are you going to finish it?
Well, do you want it or not?
Well, I'll finish it if you're not going to eat it. That's a waste. Don't give it to that guy.
Hearing Zeus say he doesn't want my food was like concerning. So the fact that you say you're gonna finish it, I'm like, yeah, I won't finish it. Here, Zeus.
I'll just like stare at you for a second. Are you lying to me?
No.
That wasn't my stomach. I know the sound of my stomach.
I'm just hungry for getting back at those
Okay.
dang ninjas.
You don't have to be nice to me just because I'm hurt, okay? And I push the bowl back and into your chest. Eat it.
All right,
It's
all right,
delicious.
okay, all right. As long as you're okay.
You guys are eating. Rufu, do you come into town with Jolo?
Yeah, absolutely.
As you come into town, Koyo stops you. So she's the other builder who's in town. She kind of just puts a hand out for you to wait for a second. Hello, young boy.
What's the hold up, my friends? I gotta see them.
I had something I wished to tell you.
Okay.
And as you lean in, she kind of goes forward and says, Baba has asked that you meet him alone. He said you can bring your dinosaur if you wish, but none of your friends may come.
Why?
I don't know. And he's been away from the village this week, but I saw him this morning. He said I should tell only you and to meet him at the lighthouse.
Where's Okay, so can I? How far is Lex?
You know the lighthouse. When you had been approaching Crescent from the south, the lighthouse was over to the east, and it was on that tiny island between the bigger island, like off the coast, and the peninsula of Crescent. So if you look at the map that's on the screen right now,
Okay.
and you see like there's like that little dot of an island right next to Crescent. It's right there.
So how long would it take me to get there, would you say? But on foot.
Probably about an hour.
Did he give you any reason why I would want to see Bubba? Like, I don't.
No,
Right.
and honestly,
I don't
he's a bit of a
know if I can
bastard and a backstabber.
kick his ass on my own.
I don't doubt you could kick his ass, but I would suggest you be careful.
No, I don't think I can kick his ass. He's like a grown up, not without. Joe.
Well, she looks at your dinosaur. She looks at Jolo. She goes, "You don't know that Baba could take you both on. He's a bit of an older man."
All right. Anyway. Okay. Thanks for this weird conversation. I'm gonna go see my friends now.
Take care, young man.
Bye. Joe, did you hear any of that? Were you listening to that, Jolo?
Jolo, I think, looks at you, maybe like over his shoulder if you're riding him. And I think more than ever, you get the impression that Jolo wants to talk to you with words. And I think you get the sense that,
Okay.
Jolo doesn't like Baba, I think, is the main thing you get from that.
No, for sure. Is there like a small little, is there like a little private nook that I can just go to walk with Jolo before on the way to seeing my friends? I just want to have a quiet sit down session. And I just want
I know what you're talking about.
nuzzle into.
There's not a lot of place to do that because the whole town is coming to eat, so it's people are walking around and just chatting with each other, and it's a small little village, right? I think that as you start to see Shen and the other Neoterics leaving the forge area, it's you could go in the forge, which is a separate area, and it would be quiet, no one's working in there right now or anything. So you could do that.
Sure, yeah, I'll just tuck in there really quick. I'll be here, come here. I'll disembark
on the
from his
way.
back. Yeah.
Shen, you see Rufu and Jolo walking.
The food's that way. Rufu, you good?
We'll be there. We got some food while we were out there anyway. Somewhere. Yeah. Don't wait up. Joe. Come on, Joe. You gotta open up to me. What's going on, Joe?
All right.
I'm gonna try and I know Joe's a spirit now. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and lean against him.
So Shen, you see Rufu just talking to his dinosaur. So you continue
I've
on.
seen this before. It's not new.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just okay.
No.
Talking to Jolo again. All right.
And Jolo and Rufu, you guys go into the forge, and again that somber atmosphere, right? The kind of smoke and embers kind of floating inside here. Even though the air is still, it seems like the heat kind of penetrates, but it also vibrates and fluctuates and changes. And I think that all of a sudden, As you're leaning into Jolo, your eyes closed, you get a sense of home. The desert and that kind of like that shimmering sheen of heat over the sand as you walk in. And I think you feel the sand on your face just like washing over you.
Feels good.
You hear a tumbleweed.
I feel
You hear a lizard
between my toes.
running across the sand.
Just like keep my eyes closed and just listen to the wind and
You
the sand
hear
running. Almost
kind of like other kind of like dinosaurs that you would have seen drinking at the oasis. You hear the deep rumbling breath of what you would assume to be your mother.
open my eyes.
You open your eyes and you kind of like are looking into the face of the statue of Korra as its eyes are glowing. And Jolo's eyes are glowing.
What does this mean? How can I help? I don't know how to help.
I think you hear like a muffled kind of like
What? Say that clearer, because you're very muffled. What is this coming from? The statue of Korra?
it seems to be coming like it's like echoing in your head, kind of like the same way those sounds were as your eyes were closed.
I'll close my eyes again.
Immediately, there's someone yelling at you, going, "Close your eyes and listen to me!"
I can hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
What do you see? Do you see anything?
Did I see anything, or it's just black?
It's just
Like
black.
it's just the darkness of my eyes. Nope. I feel you. You're still here.
But it's like
I'm talking
it looks
to
like
Joe.
home. Like this is like where we live. This is exactly it. I literally can't tell a difference.
Well, we're still in the forge, though, no?
I mean, are we?
I don't know. You're the Avatar, dude.
Dude, that's crazy. I can't believe that I'm the Avatar. Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know.
You've been able to. We've been chilling for how many years? I've been sandbending, and I sandbended us all through the desert, and you don't no help. And this whole time, you could have just been wagging your tail and shooting us through. This is kind of. Anyways, I'm not gonna hold it against you. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. My eyes are closed, and I'm just like holding. I'm just talking to him, and nobody else can. I'm speaking like out loud as well.
Yeah, you're speaking out loud. And he's just like, I think I want to learn how to bend. All these years I could have helped. I think you're kind of right, and I think I could help.
Well, you have no choice. You're the Avatar. You have to learn how to bend. Okay, that's not even a question at this point. All right.
Hey, you can't force me to do anything.
We got to be
right?
careful. I'm your big brother. I could force you to do anything. Okay.
Oh, you're my big brother, huh? My little bitty brother.
I'm your sandbending teacher. All right. So you got to respect me. That's why Mom always left me in charge.
Is that what she was saying? Because I heard that I was in charge and I had to protect my biddy bro.
Oh, come now. She gave us both the same speech, but she just gave it to you to make you feel better.
I feel like you feel Jolo shake his head. He goes, Can you like learn to talk dinosaur? Because it would be great if we could just talk like this more often.
Well, can I just close my eyes and like hang on to you, and maybe we can just talk like that?
I don't
know if I can learn to talk dinosaur.
I'm hearing there's this voice that told me how to do this. So maybe I can do it again. And it's this woman who said that I had to look within myself. And then when I did, I found her there.
Dude,
I saw
this
her.
woman.
Yeah,
it must be the Korra lady, the one, the statue that I saw.
Oh,
The statue that was here in the city. Maybe we need to go there.
Oh, wait, aren't we there? Aren't we at the statue?
I thought we were in the forge.
That's where the statue is.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, right. Sick.
This is why I'm in charge.
Yeah, it must be her. You got me there. Joe.
Okay, so maybe
You
I
were never
can do
able-
this again.
you were never able-
Maybe I can do this again.
This is wild.
Okay, I'm
Listen,
so
I'll try to
hungry
speak
though.
dinosaur, but you have to teach. Okay, yeah, let's go get hot pot or perpetual stew.
Okay, yeah, we'll do like a little exchange of stuff. We'll try it out.
Okay, this was awesome, by the way. This was
Right
really
on.
gratifying. And
She wanted to say she's saying,
I guess
and I think as he's about to say something to you, it's like the connection starts to falter. The light kind of like filters through. Joel like shakes his head, shaking you in the process on his back.
I wasn't on his back when we got into the forge. I was like just standing like kind of like adjacent to him, you know, with like my head up against like his shoulder behind like the plate of his like head. So maybe he like bonks me in the head a little when he shakes.
He's like he bugs you. Yeah, he bonks you. But he looks at you and you see a knowing look in his eyes.
I like punch him, but it does nothing.
But yeah, he looks really happy, and he looks like I think you get the sense, being the
I
closest
also am like
to
gritting
him.
ear to ear.
Yeah, gritting ear to ear, but I think you get the sense that maybe he hadn't accepted that he was the Avatar, and you just made him feel a little bit better about it.
Cool. Let's go get
you guys
food.
can
And let's go see our friends.
make your way back to the fire. It's an hour and a half of our session, and we've only in real time 5 minutes of game time have passed. You were all finally together.
Wow.
That's good stew.
Hey, this perpetual stew is delicious. It's a
Oh,
forever
thank
soup.
It really is.
Thing, are you constantly just here stirring the pot? Like, is that just what you do?
Well, no, I leave it unattended during the
Leave it
day,
simmer.
but I hide it so that no one can have any. You're not allowed to have any until the evening, when everybody puts in their share.
It's gotta
Otherwise, we
stay
run
on
out.
heat, then.
It does have to stay on heat.
I look at
Interesting.
you.
Now, don't try and
Get a
put two and
hidden
two together.
fireplace.
Just enjoy your stew and leave it. Leave it be.
All right.
All right.
So, So you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Hey, check out my scar.
Yeah, it's lucky you didn't lose the eye.
Yeah, I can. It kind of works. It hurts though.
Oh,
What have you been up to?
uh, honestly, kind of just been at the fort to the neoterics, kind of trying to figure things out.
Figures. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we have a few more supplies that we can use for the journey ahead. Because I don't know if you guys, but I don't know, Zoo, if you're planning on doing anything else in the city with your father here. But should we just head over, head
Oh,
to the council?
I don't know if he's still
leave?
here.
Never mind.
Actually,
wait, guys.
Kaloni's gonna get Ananta, and we're gonna corral you away from other people so we can have like a team only conversation.
Right.
Fully follows
So
your lead. Corrals
And-
everyone.
Corral and Jolo the dinosaur, of course. Obviously, we're corralling him.
what's up, Rufu?
secret meeting.
When I got to the gate, there was this lady, the lady who taught me how to like do all these like jab things, and eat apples.
Different.
She told me that Bubba's
Ooh, different lady.
Huh?
Different lady. One lady taught you to jab. Different
Okay.
lady told you the thing.
Oh, okay. Had I met that other lady prior?
She's been in the village, like doing. She's like, I think what you all would have seen her doing is like sewing and stuff, and like tanning leathers and things. Like she seems to be more of a craftsperson.
Okay. So, yes, you said she was the second builder, right?
The third after Baba and Fa. Her name is Koyo.
Okay, so I'll say so third builder Koyo told me that Bubba reached out to her this morning.
What?
And he wants to meet me, but only me, at the lighthouse. He said I can't bring any of you, but I could bring Jolo. But
Absolutely
I honestly,
not.
and I kind of covered Jolo's ears, and I go, I don't want to bring Jolo because I'm worried it's a trap.
Of course it's
But I'm
trap.
also really curious.
You see what he did to me?
Yeah, and that lighthouse is by water, and that's how all the pirates and everything have been traveling around, right? Wouldn't put it past them to have made a deal with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him either.
But how do we know it's actually? Maybe he has information for him. Maybe he knows about Mom.
What? No,
It's
absolutely not.
possible, but the desert is quite far away. You got here, yeah, but what would your mom be doing out here?
Rip.
Oh,
Rufu, are you
What
alright?
would she be doing out here?
Find out.
goes back into his trance state. Be like,
Look, we're not even going to
Um,
consider this, okay?
Well, while he experiences some technical difficulties, I think you're all here talking about the threat that is posed. So I think, Kaloni, you were corralling people because you wanted to say something.
Well, I mean, the topic of conversation was lined out exactly to what we needed to say, and that, Ananta has been talking to the other Vento Cristo. Not only is Baba clearly evil, Sue was right, but also he has deals with the Dark Ninjas who enslave dinosaurs and ruin their spiritual energies, and it makes me so angry. But this sounds like the worst trap ever, and Jolo is the Avatar. You can't let him. We can't let anything happen. So what we should do is reverse trap Baba and get the village to work with us because nobody likes him anyway. So we're just gonna
Agreed.
riot. We have to find a way to get everyone to work together. Riot, fight off these evil pirates and Baba, so everyone can be safe. And I guess, I just wanted to see if we were running or standing to fight, but it sounds like we're standing to fight right now. And she'll look at everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not in the best shape, but I'm ready to fight.
But should we fight? Remember, this one boat took out the air temple, the whole air temple, by
Oh.
itself. Sure, this village might be well trained, but
It
they don't have
wasn't
the
this boat.
supplies.
It was a totally different airship, and if they're gonna send the pirate ship that we
It
stole,
wasn't an airship. It was the pirate ship that joined the. Well, it was the ship that joined the pirate ship when we got off.
plus the pirate ship doesn't have Konohana anymore. And she'll like point at Jet. Konohana's chilling with Jet.
Yeah. I'm fired up.
What does that mean?
I feel the fucking volcano in my stomach.
Rock grinding on rock echoes in your mind.
Listen, remember what they did to those orphans? We can't just keep running away and letting them get away with stuff. If we can take a stand, I think we have to. Who knows when we'll have a better shot? Who knows if they'll get stronger the longer we wait? If they are coming here and if we're gonna fight, I don't want to leave. I want to stay, and I want to take them down.
Just saying, we might be the next.
I'm with you,
orphans,
pal.
If we do.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
Well, who in this town knew Baba best? Maybe there's something we can use to lure him out.
I think you're probably the best lure, Zoo.
Well, not if
I don't know.
he just
but
asked to talk to Rufu. Yeah.
He always seemed to want to provoke Zoo. Now he might have found out that his new friends are interested in Jolo and Rufu, so that's why he's wanting to meet them. But regardless, if you guys think it's a good idea, but it's gonna be dangerous.
What else do you think we should do?
Ananta kind of looks at all of you. What if we try to defeat him all together? What if we made his trap into our trap?
I said
Yeah,
reverse trap.
Yeah, we know where he'll be.
Reverse trap. That's a great idea.
You can gather all the villagers
She's
by
like
then.
scared. She's like, wait. You think it's a good idea, Sue? Maybe we should.
Hold on.
Are you kidding me? He trapped me. I want to trap him back.
I would appreciate that too.
And how would you trap him back?
He's out at the lighthouse. That means he's cornered. Like if he's cornered, we get the whole village with benders and trained hunters and buff everyone. We can trap him in an earth arena and then freeze water around him too, and then we can squash him with a rock.
Ananta kind of like looks at you all and goes, I think the river, well, the ocean at that point, I think it's too shallow to allow for the giant kind of like enemy creature / structure to make its way all the way there.
Oh. And if it's that
That
shallow,
lighthouse, yeah.
we can bring up the earth.
Wait,
And the lighthouse
Why would
island
there-
is bare. There's only rock. So it's not like they would be able to hide anything on that island and wait
I
for
like
us.
rocks.
Back, baby.
why would there be a lighthouse if it was too shallow to navigate? Usually the lighthouse is around deep water so that it can lead a
Yeah, but we
ship
know
away from land.
that's why the pirates had to go on a little itty bitty boat to get to shore.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a I mean, we haven't really asked anyone why a lighthouse would be here.
Papa put that there, and obviously he's not a good architect, but I think it's a great idea. Should we really quick just catch Bernie up?
Is he back?
Look, if
Yeah.
our
Sorry
plan
about that.
really
I don't
is
know what happened.
to reverse trap Bubba, we're gonna need the village on our side at the very least. So, how do you propose getting them on our side? They may not like him, but they at least respect him
Peter.
for what he can do.
Well, they fear him because he's strong. But if we can band together and get rid of one person that they all hate, why would they? What reason would they have to not go
They
against
haven't done
him?
it since. They haven't done it yet. Why would we change that?
Because we're strong.
We can give them a hope and an idea, and we have the Avatar.
I think I should just go hear him out
So are we gonna
because
let them know that this dinosaur is the Avatar?
Oh, you could say that one of us is the Avatar.
Shin, do you not have faith in us?
At this point, I don't think we're at the level that we could take on a full ship of dinosaurs and ninjas.
You can't come
With
in.
this village.
Yeah, I think that's
Dinosaurs
what
can
she
get
said.
wherever they want. And the ninjas too.
But if they're gonna come here already, then what other choice do we have? We can't just run and leave the village without
Why
us to
not?
protect them. We
Nante
can't.
goes, if they're going to come here, they haven't been here for a full week. We don't even know if they're going to show up.
That's it.
And the villagers don't even believe they're coming.
Why rush into trouble that we might not necessarily need to?
Okay, how about we talk to Izuna and other man who's
I'm just trying to keep you guys safe. Like Zoo just nearly got eaten by a dinosaur.
It's true.
Rufu apparently got burnt on the stone that you have. Jolo hasn't been looking great either all week. Are you
oh, you just had
sure
some the pre,
we're up for a
just
fight
some of
like
the
this?
pre-Avatar jitters, you know.
I don't want to lose you guys. And I'd rather run if that's going to keep you guys safe.
I mean, I understand that being safe is a good thing, but running forever, we're never going to learn, get stronger, or prove ourselves.
I mean, we prove ourselves by getting to the Spirit Council.
And what does that prove?
Well, that was our mission, wasn't it?
But why was it our mission?
My mission was to
Because
get
we
the
need to get the-
Avatar.
Wasn't that someone else's mission? And we were just helping them?
Not to,
Okay,
it wants her to
Uh,
place him back.
Well,
We're
they
trying to
came
find
to get
out
us, to get, well, Jolo
They
most
might-
likely,
They might have information at the Spirit Council.
to bring him there.
Well, that's a might.
Hmm.
We've something
Rufu and
Why else
Jolo
gather
are,
us?
are important. You can't go see Bubba. You can't go see Bubba, okay, Rufu? But what if we send someone else?
Who?
Why can't Rufu
Do
go?
we have a small
said
person
just
we can
me.
send? No,
I
we're
don't
not
want to
sending
bring
you.
Jolo.
We
Jolo
are the
can't
smallest
go.
people in this village.
It's too dangerous. But just me? I'm just a kid.
Exactly. You're the most likely to get hurt. I know you're a quick little guy, but
I'll be
Look what happened to me.
fine. That's not what I mean. I mean, I have no,
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
I'm not the Avatar. I'm not some cool
We can't rush into this.
lava bender.
Look, if you want to try and get the villagers on board, give it a shot. But I will pull you guys out if it needs to come to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
all right.
I'll go do that. Kaloni, you just take care of Jolo, and then I'll rush out.
So, who are we approaching?
No. Stop right there. I try to bend. I probably like can't physically, but I'll like reach out to stop you. Like, oh,
You're
Win
feeling
something.
a lot better after having had the hunter's pot.
oh my god, magic soup.
The magic soup, for indeed it has some properties. You're feeling your strength is pretty much back at 100%. Everybody else who wasn't hurt, you feel energetic, like fully capable. Everybody is going to take the positive, I believe it's the empowered status.
Oh, in that case, I crush Rufu's ankles.
Shit.
You can't crush my ankles. I'm also empowered.
Shit.
Brent, out of curiosity, during this
I
week,
crush my
is
own ankles.
it safe to say that we had enough rest to reduce our fatigue?
Yeah, all fatigue has reduced to 0, and all conditions have been annulled.
Except for empowered right now.
Fantastic. We're stronger than ever. Let's go kick Mama's ass.
We're at max.
Sorry, empowered is only for one exchange, so that's not the one that I wanted. I thought there was a
Prepared, maybe?
Prepared. Empowered?
No, he said it wasn't empowered.
Oh.
Prepared to get a +1 to an appropriate roll.
I thought there were other.
Favored, inspired.
Fevered, inspired, yeah.
I thought there was an opposite of like negative conditions. I thought that there was like positive conditions.
Yeah, there's
There's
positive
statuses.
Just the
statuses.
statuses.
It's just
but
the
they're for
statuses?
exchanges.
Yeah, they're for exchanges.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into the rules a little bit on my own time, but I'm so sure that there's another thing, and I don't remember where I saw it. Yeah, I guess it's just statuses and conditions, positive statuses. Okay, well then everyone take prepared instead of empowered, and it'll last until you get into an exchange,
Okay.
or you otherwise use it. So this will be a special case.
All right.
Also, somebody stop.
What does prepared do for the people who don't know?
For the people who don't know, you're ready for what's coming. Clear prepared to take +1 to an appropriate roll. In this case, I'll say you can do any roll because it was soup that gave it to you. Or avoid marking a condition.
Power of forever soup.
Power of soup. And that's an inside joke. So you're all prepared except Sue.
Oh.
You're just healed.
Shit. Okay. I accept.
But you totally earthbend Rufu. You fall over as your feet are engulfed in earth.
Can I get
Hold
rid
on,
of
hold
it?
on. We still got to talk about this.
What's there talking about? I don't take orders from you guys.
Am I the only one who thinks it's crazy to send a kid in when they turn kids into zombies?
No, that's what I've been saying the whole time.
What if
Listen,
I just go?
No. If
Wait.
someone has to be the bait, I'm not that much bigger than Rufu.
Yeah, I need to go grab something. So I'm gonna be 2 minutes. Your goal, everyone, is to decide what you're doing as a party in the next 2 minutes while I'm gone. And I expect a decision when I come back.
Wow.
Sure as hope so. Okay, go.
Okay,
Like
I'm
a
gonna go.
Trojan
What if I'm
Jolo-
trying to flee?
Jolo, a Trojan Jolo.
What if I'm trying to flee?
I don't think a Trojan Joel is gonna work.
I don't think a Trojan Jolo is a thing.
We could like earthbend a fucking dinosaur and like
Just cover it with a blanket or something.
it's risky.
I don't understand why we couldn't sneak up on him. Like, literally,
Yeah.
Kaloni can swim through the water, right? and be silent and then do weird water shit, or you guys can go and earthbend underneath the earth, and he's an earthbender too.
We can
but
earthbend a
does he have-
tunnel into the
yeah,
water.
a tunnel. And does he really get a sense?
Yeah, but he's an
You-
earthbender too, though.
But does he have
Or at
that
least he's a
sense?
builder.
That's gonna take so long. That's gonna take
No.
so
What do you
long.
mean? There's 4
We got a
earth
tunnel
bends.
under the water.
Yeah, we're 4 of us.
Easy.
Listen, why don't you guys just hang out outside, and like a little ways away, and I'll just go and I'll see what's what.
I
How
think
does
there's
the
a very, I think there's a very high chance that we can convince at least some of the villagers to come with us while Rufu goes to talk to Baba, and then we're like, all right, listen, if he tries to do something shady, we jump him, we take him down, you have a new leader, and life is better. Boom.
Hey, wait a minute. That wasn't 2 minutes, Britt. That wasn't 2 minutes.
It's literally been 35
That's
seconds.
our plan.
I'm almost back.
No,
So-
You have like 30 seconds.
Go away!
So, yeah, we'll talk to some villagers first. And then we'll go
Yeah.
and we'll sneak behind Rufu. I think.
Talk to some villagers, okay?
Zoo, you keep an eye on Rufu. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere. I'll talk to the rovers. Colony can talk
What?
to the
No.
fucking.
Anybody have a leash?
I throw sand in your eyes.
Good thing I only have one.
What is it? Pocket sand.
Right.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's happening
It's in
here?
my tender flesh.
They're trying to leash me.
But you keep running.
We
Are
need
you
a
escaping? What's going
child
on?
leash on Rufu.
Are you trying to go now?
No.
Okay, so is that the
No.
plan? I literally just screamed it into the heavens. Is that what we're going with?
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you mean, sure? I don't. Okay.
Let's do it. So who's
All right,
coming?
Well, Colonia, you're gonna be sneaky. You're gonna be water sneaky.
Yeah, I'll be water sneaky, but I'm gonna go talk to
yeah,
we're
we're
gonna go
gonna
talk to
talk
villagers
first.
first.
Okay.
So who's coming to talk? Because Rufu doesn't seem like he's gonna
If we
listen.
talk to the villagers, maybe one of them will rat, and then he'll know that I told you guys, and that I'm not going to come alone.
How are they gonna rat?
Villagers
He's already at the
complicate
lighthouse.
things, because we can't trust them. We can't trust the villagers.
There's a few we can trust. We can talk to them.
Yeah, those buff guys are pretty cool. Colonia's brothers. I mean.
Okay.
Brothers, I love them.
I trusted you guys when I told you. That's all I'm saying. And now you guys aren't trusting me.
You just gotta keep trusting us, Rufu.
Yeah, please, Rufu.
You
Look,
worry about Jolo. We'll worry about the rest.
Yeah. All right, I'll keep an eye on him while you guys go talk to people.
Jolo looks at you, Rufu.
Oh no.
He wants to go to the island and beat the shit out of Baba.
I know you do, buddy. But I think I should probably go. Alone.
He looks at you like a guy. Like, how could you say that?
It's for your own safety, dude. We can't risk you. Not on something stupid like Baba. Worst case scenario, I do some crazy earthbending and I take down the entire lighthouse.
So, what are you guys doing?
No, they're going to talk to people, and I am looking for my first opportunity to escape.
You fucking.
This fucking kid.
Got my hand on your shoulder, all right?
What is he? He's 10, right? You're like 10 years old? Dang it!
Yeah.
Right. So the rest of you.
He's not
who do you
really
go-
sure, but between 10 and 12.
Who do you guys talk to? Who do you like look for? Everyone's kind of around, like eating their bowls of soup and stew and stuff. I think that probably Ketsune, the Vento Cristo, has baked bread. So there's like little bread rolls if like you want to go grab that too. So people are literally breaking bread and chatting about the day and kind of a community
Coloni
thing.
would probably ask Nanta to try and recruit the Vento Carrizo because we already know that they don't like Baba and they might, have high chances of coming to help or at least be backup if things end up going south. And then Coloni would break off and talk to the Lover Brothers and Izuna.
I'll discuss it with them. You go break off to talk to the Lover Brothers. Shen, Jet, who are you guys talking to?
I'm gonna go talk to Drit. Go and find
Okay.
him.
And Shen?
He's actually going to walk towards the island.
This guy.
Right? So you just you leave the village? Kind of thing?
Yeah, as they walk off, Shen doesn't want to let the others do this, so he's gonna try and see what he can find out.
All right, smart move. No one is paying attention to Shen as Shen kind of slips away. I think that no roll necessary there. Literally, no one is paying attention to you in terms of trying to stop you from doing something. And you start to make your way northeast towards the cliffs by the sea. Sue, you're watching Rufu. We're going to do an opposed roll right now.
God damn.
So I'll say that you can use intimidate if you want Rufu to do what you say.
Intimidate?
Yes. Or
Well, wait. Can I try something else? Well, I mean,
you can try something else, but I'll say that it'll have to be more forceful if you try something else.
oh, okay. Why, Rufu, you're trying to get away from me?
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
I'm
what I
waiting.
said. Okay. Yeah, I guess everyone sort of just dispersed. So yeah, I'm clasping his shoulder and feeling invigorated by the stew. I'm gonna clasp down nice and tightly, and I go. So we're just gonna stand here until everyone gets back, and we're not gonna go anywhere. You want another bowl of soup? And I will
So
roll.
John, I'm already gone.
And I got a 12.
On a 12, you can choose 2 things that Rufu cannot do from the list. So one
Okay.
is they run to escape, they get back, they back down but keep watch. They give in with a few stipulations. They attack you but off balance. You can choose 2
That he can't do?
that he can't do, and then he picks the one that he does.
Okay, so he can't escape, and knowing Rufu, I'm going to say that he can't attack me.
Oh, sorry, I read that fully wrong. On a hit, they choose one. On a 10 plus, you pick one they cannot choose first. So I'm assuming you pick the he cannot run to escape.
Yeah, that's the one I take. God damn.
Oh man. Oh no.
So Rufu can pick back down, keep watch, give in but with stipulations, or attack.
I'm gonna try to give in, but with stipulation.
What's your stipulation?
What if it's just me and you two?
Okay, I'm not supposed to
could do it
say this,
together.
but I was kind of thinking the same
Tag
thing,
team,
actually.
All right.
Look around real quick.
Gather the guys. Let's go now.
Okay, let's go. Let's stay close. Okay. What about Joe?
And Jolo's with Coloni and Jet, right?
Oh.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No, Jolo's looking at you
Taking
as
the
you're saying
huge
that, and
dice.
he's like, he's like, come on.
I'm literally right here.
Go, Kaloni, you went to talk to Zalem and Nada.
No, I'm sorry. I was voicing for Jolo that he's literally right here.
Oh. Yes,
All right,
exactly.
let's go. Come on, let's just go. You're right. I can't leave my bro out. Let's do it. I can't treat him different just because he's a gosh darn savior of the whole goddamn world.
Well, wait. I don't like the stipulation if Jolo's coming.
You want to argue with him? Look at him.
How am I going to argue with him? Well, you just tell him to sit. I don't know.
That's super disrespectful. Holy
Jolo rolls and intimidate.
Oh no!
He gets it.
Like huffing down at him.
Well, he gets to choose one, and he chooses
yes,
to escape. So he's gonna just go with you guys. He starts to walk away.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Go,
Come on,
after him!
let's just go,
After him!
You guys leave the fucking village as the only two party members who were doing the sensible thing are in mid conversation with other people. Shen, you're a little ways ahead of these guys. You don't know they're coming. You guys are a little ways behind him. You don't know he's gone. Let's jump on over. Let's go to Jet first this time. Jet, you walk up to the Hardy Boys. There's Drit, there's Greg, and there's Steve. And they're eating the stew, some bread, some corn, potatoes, tomatoes, rutabagas, got some onions.
I was trying to take all these food notes down, but I gave up.
They've got an assortment of root vegetables, if you will, and they're hanging out, kind of a little bit away from the other villagers. And as you approach, they're talking about beautiful women.
And I instantly know who Drit is, right? Because I haven't met him. I haven't seen him or met him before.
So one is tall and thin, one is short and round, and one looks like he's made of like compacted steel. He's ripped to shit. He's kind of got like slicked back hair that's kind of like long and like down his kind of like to his chest. And he's like covered in like dirt and earth that's like caked onto his clothing and stuff.
Okay. I hurt a little bit, but then I remember rock and stone grinding together. The feeling of the volcano. This guy's just a man. I walk up to the group, kind of like saunter over. Hey boys, I know you're eating, but I've got something important. And as fellow rovers, I wanted to come to you first.
Oh, he finally deigns to talk to us, huh?
Well, you know what happened to my friend. Almost lost an eye. Wanted to keep both my eyes on him for a while, but he's better now, and it's better late than never, right? I'm Jet.
Drit points at you and goes, "You come to a town and you don't introduce yourself to people of your own tribe?"
It's complicated, but you're right. I'm sorry. Someone from my tribe betrayed me recently, and I just felt a little uneasy.
Remember, it's our tribe. And he gets up and offers his hand to you.
probably like.
Yeah. He like clasps it and he brings you in close and he goes, I know our tribe is a bunch of liars and cheats and people who essentially don't belong, but we stick together for a reason. We have each other's backs. So screw this person that you knew. Nice to meet you. What can we call you?
Just call me Jet, and maybe just call me a close friend because I have some pretty big things to ask of you as a stranger.
Well, if you're a close friend, he looks at the other two. What's your full name?
Oh, Jet Shang Hu from
What? No. What's your name?
what? Huh?
Your name. Your rover name.
I don't think I go in my head. Do I even know that this is a thing?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
No, you've never heard of this. But you know that there's a rumor about what their nicknames are.
Yeah, oh, true. Fucking greasy. I don't have one. You could say I'm a bit of a rover's rover. I never really stayed anywhere long enough to get accustomed to some of these.
You can't be a rover's rover without a rover name. Now, I'll tell you ours. And the village knows our names. And I'm sure they've probably been let slip to you already. But that's just how things go in a small town like this. You tell someone your rover names because you trust them. And that's how they find you. You Spicy Steve. All right?
Okay.
That's Greased Greg. Greg's like,
Yeah, he's pretty greasy.
I'm Dirty Drit.
Dirty Drit. Oh, I don't mean to poke fun. Is the alliteration part of it, or is that just a choice?
We actually just hang out all the time, us. So we decided it would be like a group kind of thing. But you don't have to do that. You could have something, but something that really describes you. You know, it's the essence of who you are. And it's not something that people would know, kind of just looking at you. He's Spicy Steve because he is well known to be good in the bedroom, and Greased Greg over here, you can catch a hog no matter what's on it. And I'm Dirty Drit. And he kind of looks at you, and you see he like makes a decision to trust you. And he goes, I love gardening.
Oh,
This is all from my garden. And he kind of gestures.
dang! You grow all these root vegetables yourself?
Oh yeah, I contribute to the hunter's pot all the time.
I feel like I'm really behind. I just learned how to tie a proper knot. You're out here growing all these beautiful vegetables.
You're young, kid. You're young. You don't even have a name.
I guess.
So tell me,
What's my name?
what's your name?
Something that no one would know right from looking at me.
You can take a hot minute to figure it out. But let us know before you go. And we'll help spread the word.
Actually, could you help spread another kind of word while I think of my rover name?
Steve's like, hey, what?
Well, listen, how do you guys feel about Baba?
We don't really like him. Greg's like, yeah, we don't like him. Nope.
We know he's up to some shady stuff. He almost killed my friend Zoo, which is his son. Who does
Wasn't that a dinosaur? Wasn't that a dinosaur?
I think he led us into a trap. And we think he's trying to do it again. He
You
called...
can't prove it. Then I don't know if we can get behind any sort of mutiny. If someone were to challenge him, that's the law of this village.
But what if he decided to team up with someone outside from the city? A group of people. And if we went to challenge him alone, well, we wouldn't stand a chance. We're not asking you to raise your arms right away and fight, but we need support. We want this town to be better. We've only been here for a week, but you guys have shown us hospitality that we honestly haven't even earned.
We're not allied with him. So if you need us to, I don't know, bear witness to some sort of a showdown, make sure that it's A-okay, we've got your back.
Yes.
But, I will be the first to say, and you look at Dread, and like, he looks strong.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he's a bodybuilder, like he must be working at his fields or whatever it is, and he's got, a hardened appearance. Baba whooped my ass when I came here. I challenged him and I lost. And I don't know that I think any of you could beat me.
I like size him up a little bit. Like, yeah, you're right.
You roll me an assess the situation.
Maybe it's all freaking aesthetic muscles. They're not actually useful. That is an 8 plus -1, 7.
That's still a hit. He's a firebender.
Oh.
The dirt that you see on him isn't all earth. It's soot in some places.
Okay. Well then, can we just count on your support, just to watch out? It'd mean a lot
Aye.
to my group.
That we could.
I look at Greg and Steve. You guys too?
He's like, I don't know. And then Greg like punches him. He's like, yeah. They both agree.
All right. I think we're actually heading there now, but I see you guys are eating.
What? It's so late. You're going now?
Oh, see, this is the thing. He called the kid of our group, the youngest one, and he wanted to meet him alone without any of us there.
That sounds really gross.
Right? So even if he's not, whatever he's trying to do, it's weird. It's creepy, and we
Did
can't
he say what time? Was he like, oh, like come now?
I don't know, but the thing is, the kid wants to go, and we're trying to keep him leashed up, but I don't know how long he's gonna stay put.
Where's the kid?
I like point back to like where we came from.
He looks again. He's like, there's no kid there.
See, this is what I mean. He's probably there now, and he's with Zoo, and Zoo's only just recovered. There's no way they stand a chance. They're not looking for a fight. They're just trying to go and see what's up. But I'm afraid that Baba's not being as honest. So, if you can come now, I'd really appreciate it. But I don't know if I could stay here much longer if they're gone.
No, let's go. Your friends are gonna get the shit beat out of them.
All right. A rover name.
How dare he?
All right, let's go. I like grab like a corn on the cob.
You guys start to go, but we're gonna go backwards in time for a quick sec. Kaloni, you start having your conversation with Zadim and Nalik. You walk up to them. Zadim is like feeding a spoonful of soup to Nalik. You kind of catch them in a bit of an awkward moment.
She like clears that. Brothers. Hello.
Excuse?
Them? That's what they called me. What the heck?
Yeah, Zadim's like, excuse me? We're not brothers.
No, you guys are my brothers. We're friends.
And they blush. Yes, of course.
You guys are
Sister.
I forgot. Don't forget about me. Wow. She feels all like weird. So I have a stew's really good. Really good. And she like fidgets a little bit. I
Felix,
have a
like,
favor.
blushing so hard, mouthful of stew, like.
She's not making eye contact.
Zaydam's looking at you, like trying to like get in the way a bit, like. So, what's up? What can we do for you?
So it's really quick, and you guys can meet up whenever if you want, or you don't have to. But Baba called out Rufu, the youngest of our group, to out to the lighthouse very sketchily, and we think it's a trap. So we want people to come and be witness to, if they fight or something, and that way we can fight Baba and make him go away.
Wow, did he like? He was like, "Hey, you're the youngest. Like, come see me," because that's really weird. That's like kind of weird.
That's what Rufu said. I agree. It was very weird. And Rufu was really excited to go, which also was terrifying. But it's really hard to keep track.
That's almost more disgusting.
Rufu needs to learn. But anyway, the point is...
Wait, what?
Rufu needs help. But we're just trying to make sure that Baba doesn't try anything super sketchy. And we would like some backup.
Okay, let's go. Right now?
I think, well, hopefully, and then she'll turn around to see if, everyone is still there. If you can tell me what they want to do with time. Is Jet, now exiting, or is Jet still in mid-conversation?
He's in mid-conversation, I think. This conversation was a lot shorter. Nailing's like swallowing and, like, gulping down the last bit of his little soup. Zaydam's already done. He's like, where's the rest of your friends?
They're supposed to be right over there. God, we were trying to make sure that we could get some backup before they went, but they were supposed to be at the lighthouse. How close is Izuna to where I am currently?
She's like within a short distance. I think that Bobo starts like running towards Jet, to alert him. And that's probably like right around when Jet finishes his convo and like looks back and you see Bobo running towards you.
I love how you show Bobo waddling. I think that's precious. Yeah, so Bobo can be with Jet. Okay. Can you guys go with just follow Jet, and he's probably going toward them right now. I'm just gonna try and grab the soul protectors, and we'll meet you there, and we'll be super fast. And I thank you so much because you are awesome. And she's just gonna run.
Be careful. Are you taking Bobo?
I'll see you at the lighthouse. If Bobo ran toward you, Bobo's chilling with you, which means I'm sans one eye as I'm running through people.
So you go around. So you talk to the soul protectors. Instantly, the Vento Cristo as a group show up with Ananta. And the soul protectors were talking to Fa and Koyo, Malo and Yang, and Kurna and Darmuk are in another kind of like little group talking to each other. So you're with Fa, Koyo, Ketsun Tali, Lan, and Ananta.
That was a lot of names. I'm sorry. Fa, Koyo.
A bunch of Vento Cristo and 2 builders.
Okay. Right. And Ananta,
So 3 airbenders, 2 earthbenders, Ananta, and you.
I was going to Izuna.
Oh, and the 2 firebenders, the soul protectors. Sorry.
Yeah, so Ananta, okay, so Ananta, they're gone, and I just sent Nalik and Zaydam over with Jet because Jet is on his way to the lighthouse. So and she's gonna turn to Izuna. We think Baba's trying to do something shady, and if you guys want to come, it'd be really appreciated. And we're probably gonna have a challenge for Baba at the lighthouse right now because he's trying to fight our youngest in our group, which is, yes, very creepy, but just we're running out of time.
He looks at Akuno and he's like, okay. They grab some weapons and they proceed to.
Like-
You turn around. The airbenders are already leaving. They're following Jet and the rovers and the two waterbender tribe who left. So essentially, the whole village is kind of like going over to the island at this point. Like everyone's going on a 1-hour hike over to the lighthouse. And I think that Dharma, Kurna, and Malo and Yang kind of like all look over like, what is going on? And they stay in the village because no one
Imagining-
really told that group.
Like a Hanna-Barbera, like we're all like running at like top speed, but trying to do a hike in this sprint because like they obviously have a head start, so we're just all freaking out. And then the villagers are like, what's the rush?
I think. Sorry, in my head. So I'm because everyone left at approximately different times, which is really annoying to me as a DM because it's really hard to fucking do time by myself.
You can make us all leave at the same time.
So Rufu and Sue, are you running? Are you hurrying?
Can I run?
You're healed.
Probably can't. I know I'm healed, but like, the flavor. I try
You're
to
not
keep
just
up.
healed from it. It's been a week. You've had water healing done to you. Like essentially, the concussion has like worn off at this
I
point.
want a handicap.
Don't handicap us. We're
Hard,
already
dude.
gonna
You're
die.
hard.
Okay, all right. I try to keep up with Rufu
Yeah,
and
you
Jolo.
trip,
Do
you
both
fall,
your eyes
you
still
get-
work, or you
you
lost
become
one eye?
unconscious.
I lose my other eye.
Wait, so are you guys hurrying or no?
I think so. We're running after
Hey.
Joe, right? He ran off without us.
He's just going ahead of you, but if you like start jogging, he'll like
Okay.
start jogging.
All right, jog. I'll jog.
Yeah, we'll probably hustle. Like we're not. I wouldn't say outright sprinting, but we're hustling. You know.
So
We don't wanna
Shen,
get caught.
would you have been hustling or would you have been kind of just like going ahead?
He just wanted to scout out the situation to see what was actually happening there.
Yeah.
like,
so
what
would
to
you have been
expect.
like running there or would you have been kind
No,
of just
he's still
on
gonna
your
be
way?
careful. He still wants to keep kind of quiet to actually not alert anybody that might be kind of awaiting.
Yeah. So you for sure hear them coming up behind you as they rush towards you. Or you hear, I don't know if you know. No, you hear Jolo grunting. So like you immediately know, like, oh, that's a dinosaur. Oh, there's people with it. It's probably Jolo.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn, and if they're gonna be coming up to me anyways, I'm gonna turn and say, "Guys, gotta be quiet at this point."
You guys like round the corner, like run into Sue. Jolo's just like, Shen's just standing there staring at you.
What the heck are you doing here?
Look, I wanted to scout out what might potentially await us before we got there. We can't do that if we're running.
Yeah, that's what we're doing too. We're just gonna scout ahead.
Then no more running. We're doing this quiet.
Just scouting, but I thought we were going to be a Bubba.
Yeah, what? Come on. It was just supposed to be us.
Look, you can only beat him up if you get a.
Why you gotta do that?
If it jumps, you have to make sure that you sneak
What?
up on him.
Never mind. Yeah, we're. I mean, how close are we?
Shen left right away. It took you guys a little bit to leave. It was probably a little more than halfway left.
We still have a good ways to get to the lighthouse. You want to get there fully prepared. You don't want to get there winded.
Good point.
We're hustling. We're not sprinting. We're gonna be like warmed up by the time we get there. It'll be perfect.
And it's a downward cliff towards the lighthouse. Is that right?
As you approach the cliffs, there will be a descent, and the lighthouse is on an island in the middle.
Yeah. So in the dark, going down the descent towards the lighthouse, you're likely to fall and break your neck anyways. So just keep an eye
But
out.
we're earthbenders.
Yeah, I'd never trip. Not on
You
solid
look
ground.
directly into. I've seen you trip.
Okay, we can be a little less than speedy about this. Okay, well, just come along with us. And also we're thinking of just going. Like, I'm gonna go with Rufu, just the two of us. Once we get there.
Look, all I'm saying is don't jump out. Look around first.
I could do that. I can look.
Not jump. Both of you. I'm gonna look. Well, all three of you. I'm gonna include all of them in my gaze.
I think Jolo kind of
Understood.
everyone acquiesces. So maybe you pick up your pace a little, but they slow way down as you guys walk that way. Behind you is going to be Jet and the Rovers, who are kind of going along, and the Waterbenders kind of closely following with the Airbenders, and then the Soul Projectors, the Filters, and Colony. And I want to say, just as you guys are getting like towards the end, like the bottom of the cliff, the kind of like second pack shows up, and then as everybody is like meeting there on the beach, you guys are seeing Jet seeing the rest of you, and it's like, oh, we're all here. Colony's group shows up at the top of the cliff and makes their way down, and I think that's where we're going to end the episode today, as the most of the village and all of our party gather and prepare to go over to the Lighthouse Island and confront Baba to know just what the hell
Yeah,
he's
fuck
up
you,
to.
Bubba.
He's gonna show up. He's not gonna be there.
No.
I'm like terrified that we just took the entire village
They're gonna get
for fucking
slaughtered.
stroll.
Don't speak the evil. Don't speak the evil.
Well,
Do not.
thank
do
you
it.
all, and join us next time on Avatar Age of Bone.
Amazing.
That's next Tuesday at 7 p.m. CST. Bye bye.
Right there.
Bye. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night, y'all.
Come back on Thursday, okay? We got a brand new campaign. All right, don't miss it.
If you can't wait till Thursday, it's the first time we'll be streaming Champs Challenge, hosted by none other than Mongrel Fuzzball, aka Bernier, aka the Galaxy Master. Welcome one and all to another campaign this Thursday, 7:30 EST.
Night,
Be
everyone.
there or be square.
Take it easy.
Have a good night. Until next time.